Hello and welcome to your meditation breathwork class, which is all about switching off, maybe getting ready for your day or winding down. So it's really one that you can do any time of the day, anywhere, in bed, obviously somewhere safe, not where you're kind of driving or doing anything where you need attention. But yeah, just a nice one to switch off and relax. So get yourself nice and comfortable, maybe some blankets, dim down the lights, maybe find a quiet corner of the room if you can, and let's get ready to switch off. If we haven't met before, I'm Emma. I am a Pilates, breathwork and meditation instructor. Happens to be registered blind, severely sight impaired. So guide dog is sleeping at the side. He might join us, but he's napping. But importantly, I tell you, because all of my classes, I try to really audio describe in as much detail as possible. Obviously this one's very audio described anyway, but yeah, hopefully you can find my classes nice and accessible. So get yourself nice and comfortable. I'm not even in the middle of the mat. I'm going to zigzag my legs today. So I just want you to find a nice comfortable position, like I said, whether that's with blankets, pillows, dimming down the lights, just finding a quiet space. And you might be laying down, you might be sitting. I'm going to be cross-legged, sitting tall. And I want you to find a position with the hands or the arms that feels best for you today. So if you want something that is quite grounding and is going to root you down and just make you feel nice and stable and grounded, then you're going to have your palms facing down, just resting on you or to the side, whichever surface you're on. If you want something that's more opening, heart opening maybe, and to kind of make you feel a bit more open and lifted and you're ready to kind of, I don't know, just feel, like I said, more open, you're going to have your palms facing up. So I'm going to have mine down because I quite like having mine down. I like feeling quite grounded and rooted. So whatever feels best for you, just find that position. And maybe just start to close the eyes if that feels okay. Let them go nice and heavy. And we're not changing much at the moment. I just want you to bring your awareness to your breathing. Not changing it at all. And this is very much a meditation that there's no pressure for, it's very much one that it's great for beginners, it's great for anyone, and you might be sitting here thinking, this is stupid, I can't do this, I'm already wandering, I don't know what I'm doing. That's okay. It's very normal, but you are here. You are sitting on the mat or your bed and you are joining me, and that's sometimes the hardest thing. So just continue to notice your breathing, whether it's maybe going in for your nose, out for your mouth, in for your mouth. Maybe start to notice the pace of it, or even the sound. You might want to make your exhale a little bit more like you're breathing onto glass and you're trying to fog it up. And that can sometimes feel quite relaxing as well. And just start to slow your breathing down. You may notice it's been a little bit quicker, or maybe it is quite slow already, but just start to slow it down even more. And every time you breathe in, feel this sense of lengthening up through the body. And every time you breathe out, instead of slouching, just feel like it's kind of, it's releasing any tension. You might want to pair that with some shoulder shrugs as well, bringing the shoulders up to your ears and then releasing them back down as they drop away from your ears and you breathe out. Good, and if the mind wanders, that's okay. And I feel like there's so much pressure in this new year to kind of, if you're doing this in the new year when I post it, to get things done and have things organized. And I just want this meditation to be very much one to remind you to let go. There's no pressure whatsoever. There's only the pressure we put on ourselves. And a lot of the time, New Year is in spring anyway. We're still hibernating right now. It's probably, if you're doing this in the morning, maybe a little bit dark outside still, or gloomy like it is for me today. And so don't feel any pressure in this new year to start feeling energy, because it's really a time still for hibernation as well. Good. I just want you to start to imagine this little bubble starting to form all the way around you. And don't worry, this bubble can be popped at any time. You can get out. It's not anything you can feel trapped in. But it's just this little bubble, this little space where you can switch off and you are allowed to be on your own for a little while, or say no to things, or just allow yourself to switch off. Again, there might be pressures in the new year and you're worrying about different things. But this little bubble, you can imagine, is this space where it's all cozy, and it's a place where all those worries they're protected by this bubble. You're protected by this bubble, so the worries can't come in. And you can just maybe visualize them, or just see the words in your head maybe, or feel the sensations of those worries flowing in your head and back out. And just start to imagine them being outside this bubble. Make this bubble your nice little cozy space. And we're all going to have worries. I mean, big worries, little worries. And so I just want you to think about those and just see whether maybe today you can let go of some of those little worries. And know that you always figure things out, and these worries that we have, often we look back on and go, oh, why did I worry about that? And just know that a lot of the time the reason we worry is because it's our brain's way of thinking that we're helping and problem solving. When we worry, our brain thinks that we are managing it and sorting it out, and actually sometimes, and a lot of the time, those worries we don't need right now. They're not actually helping the situation. They're not actually problem solving at all. So you can just let them go. And you might want to imagine this as a really heavy backpack or bag on your back, depending on how many worries you have. And you've got this bag on your back and it feels quite heavy. Can you imagine taking some of those worries out and just leaving them outside your bubble? And that bag becoming a little bit lighter. Feels really nice when we start to let go and we're like, oh, actually, I can put some aside, you know? And every time your mind starts to wander, maybe just bring it back, if you can, to the breathing, and just notice how you're breathing. If you can slow it down a little more, if maybe you can make it a little bit more audible, if that roots you. If you can soften your shoulders away from the ears. Ground your sit bones maybe to the mat or your bed, wherever you are. Soften the forehead, the jaw maybe, the eyebrows. Just picturing this cozy little bubble that's nice and safe. And even if you've got your backpack on, It's all zipped up, nothing can get out, or it's outside the bubble. And when you come out, you can start organising it, taking it out, so that when you do put it back on, the bag is lighter. And you can stay in this bubble for as long as you need. Otherwise, maybe you can start to imagine that bubble drifting away, or I don't want to say popping it because it's like, oh, reality. But no, just that sense of that bubble maybe lifting away, and you're coming back into the space. You're starting to hear the sounds around you, and you can wiggle your fingers, your toes. And you might notice that those things are around, but you've got distance between them, or they feel a bit lighter. And you're giving yourself permission now to not worry so much, or not hold on, or still hibernate if it's winter, and slow down. There's no pressure. And then maybe start to blink open the eyes if they were still closed, and come back to the space that you're in. And just notice how you feel compared to when we started. I'm hoping that you feel a little bit better, and you might have sat here and thought, that did nothing for me, and that's okay. Or you might have thought, oh, I was just thinking about all other things, and again, that's okay too, and that's how our brain works. It kind of drifts off and starts to do other things. But the more and more you do it, you will find it gets easier. And sometimes even just sitting, and even if your mind is wandering, that time just to sit and do a little bit of breathing, or sit down and not be running around instead, is what we need. So yeah, do let me know if you would like more meditations and breathwork ones like this instead of movement based. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you next week for another one. Take care. Bye.